Hello and welcome back to another video, another talking video of mine. Um, so you might notice that I have a microphone now. I found this one. I've already had it before, and I thought it would be an upgrade over my headphone mic, which I was using before. Hopefully it is. From what I could gather, it sounded better, even though I did have to boost it up by 10 decibels so that you would actually hear me. I guess I just speak quietly by default. Um, so I have a few subjects I want to talk about in this video again. Um, there's today we have our co-host, co-star. At least for now, he's settled down there. Kunzi is over here, as you can see. But yeah, to get to the actual talking part, there are a few things I wanted to talk about. Obviously, I did not make a script or anything like that because I am not good at that stuff. So I will show you a picture of what I'm talking about. Hopefully, I remember to edit in somewhere here. But I have made some progress on what I was talking about in the last video. I have made a sort of like a wooden platform from popsicle sticks, which I weathered, and from coffee stirrers. Now this is gonna be on top of sort of like a plastic jar thing, and this is gonna form like a house, which hopefully later on, when I get down to it, I will put somehow into the universe I want to come up with in my head, or that I've been coming up with in my head for now. I haven't written down any concrete stuff yet, but hopefully I will. So yeah, that's nice. The next thing, I was pretty proud of myself today because I managed to move my psychiatrist appointment on my own. I had to phone there, and as somebody who's very anxious with social interaction, I was kind of dreading it. But I managed, so that was good. It turned out to be like a 10-minute thing. So yeah, that was nice. Nice change. Now that was a few like sort of updates, right? Now to another one is I've applied for a job. Well, two jobs actually, and so for the first job, I will see at the end of the week if I am hired, and with the other one, they had 15 days from when I applied, or they gave themselves 15 days to tell me if I get into the next round of selection or not. While with the other one, it's just a yes or no thing. So I'm hoping that I manage to get at least one of the jobs. They're both part-time jobs, but yeah, I didn't want to do full-time jobs, or I didn't want to sign up for a full-time job because I have the long-distance schooling and I have energy issues as it is, sort of thing. So I didn't want to overburden myself too much with stuff. So yeah, but for me, it's kind of a big step, or a step, I guess, a step in I guess a direction. I wanted it's one to be more and the second one, which might be sort of like the more prominent one at the moment for me, is that it is sort of like a social situation which I can get myself into, where there is a chance of making connections with other people, and also just generally socializing and stuff like that. So it's like, for me, it's like a sort of like a place to go to do like that sort of socializing stuff, because like I've been doing some searching and stuff like that, but I cannot think of anything that I would like to do slash go to my time to like any hobbies or stuff like that in my vicinity to meet other people, or they're just not here really. The sort of stuff that I would like to do, and just generally like I didn't look on Facebook for these things because I don't have a Facebook account because I don't like Meta, and sadly you cannot look for Facebook anymore without an account because they want to get your information out of you, or well, they want to get that advertising data from you, I guess, or something for them. But yeah, I had a look on Reddit, but there's like only there was. I actually was surprised there was a subreddit for my city, but it was basically dead. There was like 3 people that visited, I think, and like the last post was from like 2 years ago or something, and none of them were um, like like about any sort of things going on or like places to meet up or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure where I would find this sort of information other than Facebook or stuff like that. I know like there's like events and stuff that go on which you can find out about like outside on a on like forgot what they call it, but it's like the billboard thing. Well, not billboard, but it's like a circular thing. No, not circular. It's a cylindrical thing, and it's got like stuff pasted onto it, and then there's where you have like stuff like what is going to be on at the cinema and stuff like that, and sort of like events nearby. So yeah, so that's like the place I can tell, I can see about sort of like these sort of events, but none of those are really something I would want to go to because it's those are more like I guess mass social events or something. I'm more looking for like more of a smaller sort of group of people, I guess. But yeah, I did some sort of like I did some video watching about on this subject, and some thinking on this subject as well. And also under the video I watched, there was some helpful comments going into some more details and sort of saying stuff. And like so there was like a suggestion that if you can't find any of it, you should make it yourself. Like if you can't find like anybody doing the hobby you want to do, you should make it yourself. Now, I don't really know how I would go about that because I don't have Facebook as a like or that. I don't really have any of the other social medias. Um, well, I don't have any other social medias other than YouTube, and YouTube is not really a sort of social media that would be useful for this specific thing, because it's such a like a wide net, really, isn't it? So I don't know. I'm kind of considering making a social media account on like Facebook or something, but I don't know. It's I just really don't like Meta or any of the other companies, and again, it's sort of like social media is. Oh, our co-host has left for now. Um, like I don't really know where I would meet people of my age. Um, because I don't really see like when I walk about and stuff, I don't really see people my age. Like I know that like quite a few teenagers go shopping and stuff like that with each other, like go to KFC or something like that. But obviously, that's not really like a social place. That's like where people that already know each other go, sort of thing. Is or people for work, right? They work there. I can't tell if it's out of focus. I can try focus it. No, okay, that's made it worse. Okay, that looks better. It's hard with this camera because you have to uh, manually put yourself into focus. So it's kind of hard because it's like a tiny little knob thing on the lens, and it's kind of hard to tell on the sort of screen how how good it actually looks at the full size. But yeah, so yeah, I don't really know where I would meet people of my own age, because like I know that probably quite a few people would be doing like sports and stuff like that. But for me, all of the sports uh, were always like that. It was always taken like a professional thing, like a professionally, or like not professionally, let's say, but like sort of preparing it to be professional, and was very serious about it. It wasn't about a casual game. It was always about winning, and you have to do like 6 times a week. You have to go training, and then you have to spend your weekends doing tournaments and stuff like that. Because when I was younger, I tried like when I was a lot younger, like 5 or something, I did football for like I don't know, probably not even like years, probably a few months maybe. And after that, I had a big gap of no sports again. And then I did basketball when I was like 13, and I did that for about 2 years. But then I gave up on it because I just couldn't. It was too stressful for me to do it. And as I got older for the thing, they sort of push you up and up in the sort of thing. It stops becoming about being fun and starts being about professional, or not professional, but like about performance and stuff like that. But it's no longer about having fun of it. It's about winning, basically, right? And as a person that I'm not really, I wouldn't really say that I'm very competitive as a person. Uh, and just generally, I just find these sort of situations too stressful to get any benefit out of them. And also, as I was somebody that did basketball for only like I don't know, Alex is back, only like 2 years or something, I would always spend most of the match sitting on the bench, right? Because you have people that do it from the like from a very young age, and then obviously they're like the main pick for the matchups and stuff. And just generally, my experience was that it becomes a very toxic environment where uh, mistakes, if you make a mistake, then you have like, like like not only the trainers mad at you, but then also your teammates are mad at you and stuff like that. And I'm just a person that's prone to mistakes, I guess. Um, but yeah, but that's why I don't really want to. That's why I don't can't really think of anything like that uh, that I would go to where I could meet people for like a sport at least. The hobbies that I do are like well, the painting, the miniature painting and building and model building and painting, and then obviously I play video games, right? And I do video games. I obviously do YouTube a bit, so I do a bit of like editing and messing around with videos and stuff. Um, so like there's a sort of hobbies, but none of these are very like I would say none of these lend themselves very well to social interaction sort of thing, because like uh, there was like a model making club here that I used to go to for a while, well, for a year, because I found out about it and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna join, and I joined, and then it shut down because there wasn't enough interest in it. So, you know, once again, there are no like people here that are interested in that, I guess. I thought like maybe Warhammer I could see try get into Warhammer or D&D or something like that, but none of that is here either. So um, it's a bit annoying like that, and like so the other suggestions were like to go to like social places like a cafe or a bar and become a regular, and and meet people that way. But for me, that I don't think that would work. Well, first of all, because I have issues with substances. I think I said that originally in the original video, but I do have like substance issues, so I can't really do alcohol like that because 'cause I'm basically an addict. But or alcoholic rather. I mean, but like for a cafe and stuff. I don't know. Like, I feel like I live in a country where interaction, like random interaction like this, doesn't really work because everybody is sort of close to themselves, and everybody lives their own lives and stuff, and the only people that interact with each other are people that already know each other from other places. Now I know that, well, it's not fully just my own like perspective, like view on this matter. It's also like seems to be shared by outsiders that come into the country. That this is sort of like that this country is very like people keep to themselves and stuff like that. And I saw like some people saying that, oh, it's because of communism, or because it used to be a communist country. Um, the Czech Republic. I don't know if I said that I live in the Czech Republic in this video, just in case people haven't watched the first one. But yeah, I live in the Czech Republic. Yeah. But yeah, I just don't really get that feeling about those places. And from my experiences of going to these places, there's not really like that sort of interaction. Like I used to work at a cinema, and I tried like for the first year of working there, I tried really hard, to sort of start conversations or try and connect with other people that I was working with there, because it was really hard for me because again, I'm like very socially anxious, and I don't have very good social skills, I guess. But yeah, it just like after that, I just sort of gave up on it because I wasn't making any connection there. Like there wasn't anybody that that we got along or anything, and also because of the way the shifts worked, I like everybody picked when they were free in the shifts. There was not that much of an overlap between the people that were actually there when I was there. And with this job specifically, I was basically there like I basically put that I was always free because at the time I wasn't going to school, so I had more time for this. It was a part-time job, and I mixed that with another job, which was McDonald's, which was a bad idea. I couldn't do both jobs. Just went very badly for me. But yeah, but I did end up, like not making any contact or anything, and it was sort of like an environment where, like everything would just get delegated onto me, even though it wasn't my stuff to do. It just got delegated to me because I wouldn't say no, and also because I was trying to help other people, like because I was taking it like that we're working all together, so that I would help everybody else out and stuff. But that turned out to be very one directional, where it was just me doing all that. Like there was like you had to prepare like the like the flyers or whatever for the next day and for the films that are going to play out, and you had to change them according to what's going to be on and stuff like that. And I always tried my best to, like, I would prep it for the next day too, like for the first few films, so they would come into work and it was already ready for them, so they didn't have to rush and stuff like that. But no, but that was never reciprocated towards me. I always had to do that myself, where I would have to rush around, or I would help out the people that worked behind the bar at the cinema with putting away like their stuff, so like putting away their chairs and stuff like that. And it was never reciprocated that if I needed help or something, then it was just my own issue, and that's what it was. So sadly, yeah, I ended up quitting the job originally, partially because of this sort of toxic environment, or maybe not toxic, but not one I fitted into, and also because I attempted to go back to school. This was an IT school, but in a different city, and full time that was. But I didn't manage to do that because I wasn't capable of doing it that way. I just wasn't. I'm not capable. Well, I wasn't capable at the time. Slash, I'm not capable of that sort of commitment, which is also a reason why I'm doing the long distance now, because of that. Now the reason is because, like, as you know, my appearance suggests to people apparently, or I guess is my sort of appearance would be connected with, at least from what I gather from other people's perspective, the way I look would be connected with mental issues and stuff, which for me is true. I do have mental issues. Um, I have borderline personality disorder. So if that, I don't really bring it up to people or stuff like that because it's not something that I feel like I should, or that I feel the need to share. But it might help, like if you're watching, right? It might help you understand a bit more, like where I'm coming from, perhaps, or how I'm feeling. But yeah. But yeah, so basically that fell apart after like a year of doing that school. My life crumpled away. But now I've tried to rebuild again, and this time doing the long distance, which is still kind of hard because of the way I am right now, the way I feel. But it's a lot easier for that because I have more free time, let's say, for dealing with mental health. Which again might be sort of where I was resistant to getting or getting a job as well, or I guess that was like my con for getting a job, which is what I was considering, which is why it took me a while to decide on this. But I think overall it should be more of a positive change to get, if I get the pastime job, because it would provide me with not only monetary stuff at the expense of time, right, but also give me the possibility of socializing with other people. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm hoping I get one of them at least. I mean, I'm not going to do both, but you know what I mean. But yeah, there was also like the suggestion to do with the social events and stuff. That if you don't have one, you should make it yourself, right? Or you should start it yourself and try and like spread it around and see if there are people, that there's gonna be people around you that also like that thing or like to do that thing and sort of stuff like that. But for me, it's like I just don't currently have that sort of, first of all, like motivation to push through that sort of commitment, I guess. And also, I don't really have any space where I could do it. Like I've got my living space here, which I live on, which is like 2 rooms plus a bathroom. And it's not really like there's no like table or anything like that anywhere, like other than the ones I use for this other stuff. And so these are more like desks, really, not a table for like multiple people. And I only have like a total of 4 chairs, and like there's one here, one I'm sitting on, right, and then next door there's another sort of this kind of chair, and then there's like a armchair. So I don't really have the space. And I just don't know. I don't really know how I would go about promoting it, I guess, to people around me, because I feel like, if I made like flyers or something like that, then people my age would not even see this stuff, because most of the people my age are on like social medias and stuff like that. So I don't know. I have no idea, but as time goes on, maybe I'll come up with something to deal with this. Uh, I don't know, like so, because I'm hoping to get the job. It's not like a it's a job. It's a job which didn't require any like papers, I guess, like degrees or anything like that, because I don't have them obviously. I only have like the basic stuff for now, which is also why I'm doing the IT, right? Um, but yeah, I am hoping that I get it to do this socializing. If not, then I'm gonna have to consider one of the other options. Sorry, I had to cut the video, but I'm back now. But yeah, I don't really know how I would go about that, doing the other part, or like organizing an event. I know that like one of the big things from the video to take, and probably I think I've heard it before, is that to be the instigator of the socializing and stuff like that, because a lot it's if you're just gonna wait for somebody else to do it, then you're gonna be waiting forever basically, because everybody's thinking the same, really, isn't it? It's like, oh, I'll wait till they say it, which is what, well, I believe I'm already trying to do that. I like to say good morning every day, and like I like to ask people how they're doing and stuff, even not just to fill up my time. Like I have stuff to do as well. It's just I'm interested in them and stuff. Sadly, I haven't met anybody like that really. Apart from this one person I talked to online, but I personally don't feel like that we click very well together. But I try making it work. I'm sure he tries his best too. Just that it's kind of hard because, at least as of late, because I'm running like I'm low on sort of social energy and stuff. Not really. It isn't really caused by anything. It's just uh, how I be feeling. How I be feeling in the past. I don't know. I've been feeling like that for a while now, and it kind of makes it harder. And we play together as it's long distance, right? We play together, but other than that, we don't really have much outside of playing games together that is similar. But yeah, and also it is important usually to have more than one friend, because it can be a sort of overburdening that one friend with your presence, you know. But yeah, I think I went over this in the original video as well. But yeah, yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Kunzi is sleeping. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. If it brought something to you, then consider putting your thoughts down in the comments. If you have something to add, or if you have some advice to give. But yeah, see ya later. Bye.